Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you for joining me. It's Way Back Wednesday, the day of the week when I go back in time, recreate an old project and bring it up to date with modern patterns and paper. And we're going back 3 years now to August 2013. August the, I can tell you the date, 28th, 2013. And this, and I've got a reminder going off. This is due to go out on August the 17th, which actually happens to be my eldest brother's birthday, so happy birthday, Nick. But yeah, this is due, so almost 3 years to the day. And this is my little 2-inch fold flat box. So I'm going to slide off the ribbon, pop it open, and this is what happens when it's a cube. You can't remember which side you can open and close. And it folds completely flat. And open the bottom, which... there we go. So you can make plenty of these in advance and they fold totally flat. Genius! I love it anyway. So yeah, and it's 2 inches cubed, which is 5 centimetres. I love, love, love it. Love this paper as well. The Playful Palette. Playful Palette? Artistic Palette? Can't remember. What's it called? Yeah, Playful Palette. Do you know what? Some days I question myself. I question my memory. Anyway, so I'm going to show you how to make it. So this was my original project with Gingham Garden. I want to say that with paper was. Let me have a look. What was it called? It was Gingham Garden. So let me find my instructions and measurements so I can see them. And I'm going to work the same way that you do, following my instructions. So, piece of cardstock. Black is difficult to show up on camera. Very vanilla, so I decided to go with very vanilla. So it's not going to look the same, but you know what I like? Make things different. 8 1/4 by 7 inches, which is 21 by 17 centimetres. So on the long side, I'm going to score it every 2 inches at 2, 4, 6 and 8, which is 5, 10, 15 and 20. All of the instructions, as I said, are on my blog, so don't panic about writing anything down. If you work in 8 1/2 inch paper, rather than the 8 1/4 that we work in, keep yours at 8 1/2 inches, but that's just to make things easier. So, and on the short side, score it at 1/2 inch, 2 1/2, whoops, 4 1/2, and 6 1/2, which in metric is 1, 6, 11 and 16. There you go, easy peasy. Right, so I'm going to fold, then cut, because obviously we don't need to keep all of the pieces, because we're making openings. So let me fold all of this up, and Very Vanilla is lovely, lovely to work with, has a great finish to it. And if you've not come across our cardstock before, or even if you have actually, all of our cardstock, regardless of colour, is the same weight, and that's 215 GSM. I'm not sure what that is in the US equivalent because they work in pounds, but we work in GSM with international. So they're all 215 GSM, but they are squashed, they're compressed thinner and smoother on the Whisper White and the Very Vanilla, and that's for perfect stamping purposes. That's the reason why. Okay, so bits to get rid of. Let me grab a pen. We need to get rid of that there, that one there, that one there, and those two, because I made it such a snug fit. That is that part there. That one on the left is that one on the right is that one, and we obviously don't need that one. So, and we're going to do the same top and bottom. So I'm going to leave that up there while I cut away the bottom. Here's my big scissors. And the place to cut is you're cutting away the knobbly bit from where you did your score lines. So, and with these sections here, where we've not cut away anything on that one, we're keeping that hole, and we're going to cut slightly into these ones either side and then hack off a bit, so that sort of shape, and exactly the same over here. Oops, I think I might have did that one a bit too much. Oops daisy. Definitely mited that too much. It's not a problem, we'll make that the bottom of the box. So get rid of that one completely. So you can see that that's now a mirror image of what I'm leaving behind. So let's just whiz round and do the same here. I do love these boxes. It feels vaguely wasteful when you've got those two chunks, but some boxes are worth it. Okay, so that's the bit we're left with. Cool, huh? So that's going to fold round, they're going to fold over, and it's all going to close. So I'm going to put my paper on now, and I've got 6 pieces that measure, what do they measure? I'm looking at the wrong instructions. I'm looking at the instructions for the next project thinking 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. They measure 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, which is 4.5 by 4.5. That I've got instructions here for the next project I'm going to film, which is what you're going to see on Friday. I'm too organised sometimes. Okay, so these 6 panels, and they are all from it, and we're not using that side, we're using this one. They're going to go 1 2 3 4 there, and those ones there. So these ones I've chopped into, they're going to hide away. So all of those are going to go in there. Where's my snail? There it is. So complicated. This is what happens. So we're right in the midst of the summer holidays here, but I'm filming this way ahead of time. Mostly because I went, actually 2013, I don't know that that was the project. There was one project that I filmed that particular summer holiday in the evening with my spotlights on, which are okay to work in, they're not great to film in. One of my little boys ran across the landing and went to the toilet and then flushed the toilet because he sleeps pretty much directly above where my head is right now, and he decided to use my ensuite bathroom, which is kind of at the back of this room we're in now, and it was just like through the house and on video. And it was getting a little late by then, and I was like, no, I'm going to carry on regardless. So the reason I'm filming ahead is so that we don't get flushing toilets in our videos for the summer. There's obviously sense in my thinking. Okay, so I've just got a bit of tear and tape because I've got a tiny little strip there that I'm adhering with, but this is the only bit of adhesive we need for this project. So it is overlapping a tiny little hint, so I'm just rolling it back. It was just gaping over slightly, so I'm just rolling it back and it's fine then. So you close up, and that's your fold flat stage right there, round these corners. So for aesthetics as well as getting it to close easily. Useful aesthetics are always good, aren't they? And then now this will come in and close. And that will come in and close, and that is the box made. So I want to finish off just with a tiny little bit of stamping. I used the Emerald Envy in colour with that because that is one of the colours in the paper pack, and Flirty Flamingo is another one, and I just fancied it because it was going to be different. So one of my scrap pieces, and the Happy Happenings stamp set. I'd forgotten how much I love this stamp set. It took me ages to get going with it, and then I was addicted to it for pretty much the last month of the annual catalogue, and yeah, I stopped using it, and then I started using it again. Oh, it's just, let's just use everything all of the time. So that was the thank you. Flirty Flamingo ink, which apparently I need to re-ink. If you can see it in the middle, it's a bit pale there. Into this square, definitely need to re-ink that. And, oh, I don't remember what, I forgot to get the punch out. What size did I use? That'd be my 1.5 inch punch, which is, oh, not there. Oh no, I did get it out. It's there in front of me. Oh dear. So I go and get some more coffee now. So there we go. And then just tie the ribbon on. And it will be a very beautiful box with a very pretty knot in the top. And then a little bit of snail just on the side where the words start, because I want to get it tucked under there but sticking out a little bit. And then bring in this ribbon, finish that off, and it's done. And a very, very easy project to make. So, thank you for joining me on Way Back Wednesday, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye!